What's happening, YouTube family? It's Aquatic Bob's little video for you guys tonight. Something that's been highly requested, and it's what type of equipment do I run on my reef tank? Alright, so as a lot of you might already know from watching some of my videos in the past, I don't have all the highest end equipment on my tank. Let's just start from the top and work our way down to the sump. So lighting is probably like the highest end stuff that I have on this tank, and all of it I bought used or on eBay, cheap auctions. I didn't pay anything full price. So on the left and the right side, I got two AI Hydra 32s, so the newer model. In the middle, I got an XR15 Gen 4 Pro. It's a Ecotech Radeon Marine. On the back, I have like a $30 24-inch T5 fixture with two Blue Plus bulbs in it, which are both off. They run for about 6 hours a day. They're the ATI Blue Plus bulbs. And up front here, I have a Reef Bright strip, and it's just the actinic blue, and I run it at like 60%, and it's just slightly angled in. I get some real, it's on right now, it shuts off at like 9:30, which is 20 minutes before the rest of the lights shut off, but I get some pretty nice coral pop from the front side of the tank, and it really helps as I angle it in to kind of illuminate the front of some of these acros, which aren't getting a lot of light in the front there. So it's been a great addition to the tank. I keep thinking about raising it up a few more inches off the water surface. Boy, look at that. Doesn't that look great? It's from like 3 tanks of lighting. I just keep adding more and more up there. But someone made a comment and said I should do something about that. I think you're right. Maybe sometime. Then my aquarium itself is 120-gallon Starfire SCA aquariums. The front glass is Starfire. The sides are just regular glass. I really love the Starfire glass. It makes for way higher quality viewing, especially in video quality too. You can even see, well, I didn't clean the side glass, but just makes a huge difference. I love it. This was like $1,000 aquarium, and I got a military discount on it, and I got 10% off from the guy just because we were talking. He just really liked me, so I wound up getting 15% off. Oh, 50%, that'd have been awesome. But yeah, so the aquarium's pretty cool. Dosing liquid reservoir. I think I paid like $40 for this thing on Amazon. Just some cheap airline tubing, a Jabo DP4. I only use 2 of the dosers. Sometimes I hook up a third one. There are 3 compartments on the dosing station thing. But the Jabo DP4 doser, I think, was like $55 or $60 on Amazon. And it was, oh no, that one was new. Sometimes you have the option to buy the stuff used even on Amazon. But yeah. So then my wave makers here, I got a smaller gyre. I can't even remember. Got a smaller gyre on this end, SLW8 and an SLW20, which is that one and this one. The SLW8 makes it more of a wide flow, kind of like, it doesn't shoot it straight out, more of like a wide angle. There's another OW10 right there, and then an SCP-90, which is just a larger gyre. So got quite a bit of flow on this tank. And the reason I like so much flow is, number one, I have a lot of acro up top, but after they get clogged up with algae, I usually try to clean them once every 2 to 3 months. So over the course of the first month, I usually run them at about 15 to 20%. But over the course of the next month or two, a lot of algae builds up in there and they just slow down. So I just keep turning them up until I have to clean them 2 to 3 months in. So it actually works pretty good. It helps me keep stable flow all the time. And then when I clean them, I just turn them way back down. And I'm actually getting to the point where I need to clean them because they're all the way on full blast. But what do we got next? The aquarium came with the overflow. So the overflow was built into the back, came with the parts and everything. Pretty cool. We custom did most of it, but the plumbing that goes, in the overflow box, that all came with the tank. So moving on down, God, some of these corals, let's take a break from equipment for a second. I know you guys are thinking it too. Some of these corals are just ridiculous right now. I've sold a bunch of stuff. If you look back like maybe 6 or 7 videos ago, just like 2 weeks, my tank was super packed, but I've sold a bunch of stuff over the last couple weeks. Been pretty cool for me. It's helped me build up a little bit extra money to put into the aquarium build that my dad and I are doing. It's caused a little bit of changes in the water, and this guy looks like he's not gonna make it. It's a can that I fragged a little while back, and then this one right over here, you can see he died pretty quickly actually. Kind of sad. Wasn't really the nicest can, but I loved it. It was important to me, so it's really sad to see it have passed on. Rest in peace. But it just happens. It doesn't matter how good you think you are or how great your tank is. Sometimes some corals just don't make it, and that's another thing to think about when you buy coral that's maricultured, that comes right from the ocean. And a lot of online vendors, they don't even tell you. They don't even want you to know because they just want your money. And so they'll just say, this coral, beautiful coral, they'll put a really cool name on it or something, and you buy it not knowing that coral just came from the ocean a week or 2 ago. And so I know that I've gotten a lot of corals over the years that are maricultured straight from the ocean. But that's kind of the nature of the hobby. You get some people that want to work with you and be honest and tell you the risks that are involved, and then you get other online vendors and people on eBay and private party sellers that just throw stuff out there to make a few bucks quick. And then that coral gets thrown into the hobby, and maybe someone else frags it or shares it with a friend, and they don't even know that it's maricultured, and it can give people a bad name and can help make you lose some reputation. So whenever I get coral, I always try to keep it for at least a couple months before I either frag it or before I'll sell it or do something with it, unless I know 100% that it's aquacultured or been, in an aquarium for a while. So just important to me. Another one of those things that I just, I care about. I hate when people do it to me. I hate when people, get me on that. And so I think, man, I really don't want to treat people like that. That's cruel. That's sucky. Speaking of fragging though, boy, oh boy, woo! Look at that bounce down there. Ooh, baby. I'm trying to be kind of quiet too because my son's sleeping in the room right next to us here, but he's 2 years old. The terrible twos, man. Don't want to wake him up. Anyways, yeah, got a lot of frags of these a few days ago. Look how good they're doing already. Just super good looking. Almost look like candy. Just a tasty treat, huh? Coming right along the bottom. This is part of an can that decided to just fall off. Fell off the original colony, and it's now trying to grow on its own. There's the original colony. Before I do videos, I usually clean the glass. I always bump a few coral and stir up the tank. That's probably why it gets kind of blurry. Just thought about that. Let's look. Yeah, there's quite a bit of floaties in there. Probably takes away a little bit, but interesting. Yeah, so we got lots of eclectus mushrooms. I spent a lot of money getting these guys, and now they just, if you get a few of these guys together, they reproduce like crazy. Just crazy cool how fast they'll reproduce for you. So shout out to Jordan. Jordan, I let him use my par meter a couple times, and the last time I let him use it, just for free, and he comes back and gives me this millie, this purple millie in the back. We'll see what it turns into. And then a green slimer frag that he just cut up. So thanks, Jordan. Appreciate it, man. I am an acro fan, that's for sure. I've actually never owned a green slimer in my life. Usually it's one of the first acros people get, or they're just so cheap now. I think you can get a small frag for like 15 bucks somewhere, some places. I know some of those coral vendors sell them a little bit more expensive, but yeah, we got Bower Banky Lane down here, Candy Apple in the lower left. I don't even know what the rest of them are. Just kind of, there's a Frankenstein in the middle that I got from, I will never buy coral from this place again unless they lower their prices and start treating people a little bit more fairly. Cornbread corals. Ugh. When I bought this thing, I should try to look for the original picture of it. When I bought this thing, it looked more vivid than, let's see, it looked more vivid than that. Like, the colors were just hot, stood out. Obviously, they took that thing into Photoshop or Lightroom or did some real heavy color editing just to put it on eBay to sell it. And they got people bidding on these things, hundreds of bucks for that. Settle down, everybody. Let's get refocused. A lot of this stuff has been in my tank for several months, and I'm really excited because I'm starting to see a lot more growth, especially with the acros. My heart has almost swung back to LPS more, but I think it's still in favor of SPS over LPS just because my acros have started to take off. That's pretty cool. Got some green popping up there. Bahama Mama Chalice. But yeah, some of these are really starting to take off. The Haymaker and the colors are coming out in it. The Miss Piggy back there. Voodoo Magic in the middle. Top Shelf Aquatic Circus Freak. And I know you see that down there at the base of the plug. Look past the poor video quality, but I know you see that hot pink and green coming. The blue tips, oh, just beautiful. But Walt Disney, Carolina Reaper, Top Shelf Aquatics, Carolina Reaper, Bubble Yum Acro. Yeah, a lot of growth, I'm very excited. More colors are coming in. The tips of that Fruity Pebbles back there. Yeah, oh, so cool. All right, where were we? We were somewhere down here. Look at the eye of this chalice right here. That's pretty cool. This guy's sliming, catching some food. So a lot of chalice will eat like that. I know a lot of you probably know, but they'll spit out this slimy substance to try to catch whatever is floating in the water. And as they catch it, they'll slowly bring it back into the mouth and eat it. They eat what they want from it. It's kind of a cool way to eat. What if you and I ate like that? Just spit out a bunch of slime and sucked everything up. Sorry. Oh, I'm so exhausted. It's been such a long week, but I just love making videos. I love spending this time with you guys. And when I make videos now, I actually look into my camera screen. I don't just see the coral or whatever I'm filming, but I actually see like an audience of people. I see your eyes. I kind of make up faces for you, for your names, those of you who comment a lot. And I kind of just, paint the picture of an audience sitting out there. And it's pretty cool to me. I really look forward to this time with you guys. And I appreciate you guys and your subscribing and your support, your encouragement. It's just, I'm proud to call you guys part of my family, my YouTube family, and look forward to making more videos and just sharing more good experiences with you guys. Let's see. This guy always has his tentacles out. Always. What do you think that means? I feed the tank pretty heavy now. Purple Passion. You can tell it's pretty passionate. Oh, all right, back to the equipment. The stand. So the stand my dad and I built from just wood. Some of it's scratch wood that we just had laying around. Some of it we bought from Menards, but I think altogether on the stand we spent about 120 bucks. And boy, is it heavy duty. Could hold probably 5 of these tanks. Protein skimmer is the Aquamax DC or Cone S Q2. Aquamax Cone S Q2. And it's just a beast of a skimmer. In fact, I think it over skims, so I have to skim a little bit lighter. We come down into one filter sock in the back here, and let's see if I can get just one filter sock. It usually lasts about 4 or 5 days before it starts to bubble up and catches so much stuff that I have to change it out. I got a bunch of Biomax down there. Oh yeah, the protein skimmer, by the way, was I think I paid like $200 for it on sale. So really not a bad deal for a skimmer that can handle the capacity of a tank, probably twice this size. Then down in the sump here. Oh, see that? Oh yeah. That's the other half of the OG bounce. The bounce, baby. All the frag racks and everything I have. I probably spent about $150 on frag racks. But, so this light, it's that really weird, I can't even remember what it's called, from Amazon. It's kind of like, it's fully programmable. It's got a really SMAT farm, SMATFARM, LED aquarium light, but fully programmable. It's actually really cool. And it's been doing a hell of a job down here. Like apart from that algae that's down there, which just because there's so little current down here, I have the protein skimmer off. So if I turn the protein skimmer on, begins to bubble up. You're gonna see how it just spits water out. So it saves me from having to put a power head down here, like a really small power head, and it makes it so that it doesn't have too much flow, that it just constantly kicks up all the junk and detritus down there. So pretty cool setup for how tight a space we have. I have a 30-gallon Bash C, Bichet, Bash CA, however you say it, Sump. Pretty cool. I don't think I'd ever get a Bash C again, but at the time I got a really good deal on it. Normally it was like 220 or something. I think I paid like just over $100 for it. And I had some reward points and stuff too, but yeah. And we just got regular plumbing that comes down, just a cool plumbing job. Duetto ATO. Duetto ATO, there it is. Oh, yeah, works great. And here's my auto top off reservoir. Whew, I'm out of breath from bending over. Whew. But yeah, every night I fill this thing up. I already fed it up. There's just a pump that sits down at the bottom, and the tubing comes in. I drilled a little hole through the cap, put tape around it so there's not a lot of room for air or anything to get in there. And yeah, every night I fill that sucker up religiously. It's 2.5 gallons, and it only my tank goes for about a gallon, maybe a little more than a gallon a day. But it's, yeah, I just want to make sure every day it's filled up. Then we've got our, hold on one second. On the back side there, we've got some tumbling. You can see it a little bit. Got the GFO tumbling, and then on the front side we're running carbon, so it's the bulk Reef Supply dual reactor, and then it's got a CJ pump down there, and my return pump is a Jabo DP 4000, I believe. So I have to have it turned way down. It's still way too powerful even for this tank. And we got just a jungle gym of, yeah, enough said. But yeah, so that's pretty much my system in a nutshell. Sorry for the painful moments of that, but I know some of you guys are interested in it, so I'm not sorry. Not sorry! Like Seth Rogen from that Reese's commercial. Sick of being left off the company email list. Something like that. Paraphrasing, but you get the point. So, anyways, long video. I'll edit it up a little bit, cut some crappy parts out. But appreciate you guys watching. Look forward to seeing you in the next video. We're going to be adding some coral to the 300-gallon plywood aquarium that my dad and I built. We've got a bunch of fish in there. I think we're up to 14 fish now so far. We're going to be adding some more smaller, soft corals, easy to keep corals, maybe some zoas and mushrooms or something. But stay tuned. We'll be putting that video up hopefully within the next couple days. So look forward to seeing you then. Aquatic Bobs out.